Hey y'all, this is Conrad Layn here. I'm gonna dive right into it. I just thought of this idea and I have to go into my logic and my thinking, and I think this would be a good lesson for anyone to learn the value and how to value an item, artwork, your car business. This teach you valuation. So I received a comment. I released a video this morning in regards to, and I'm gonna leave a link below to that video, where I go over that I truly believe in my personal opinion, which is just my opinion. I'm not perfect, I'm not right, I'm not wrong, just my opinion. We all have a right to our opinion. But in my opinion, I stated in the video below that I truly believe that right now the cap, the max amount you can charge for delivery is $120 for delivery. That is great and is a great opportunity, awesome. But I think since this is a Turo business, and I think that since this is really just a business, it should be free market, meaning that we should be able to, it should be uncapped. We should be able to select if we want to do it for free, $0, $50, $30, $100, $150, $120, doesn't matter what the amount is, $200, $500, $700. We should be able to choose whatever amount we want. Doesn't matter if the guest wants to pay this or not. That's our problem. I think we should be able to have the option to have implement free market and be able to select the price we want, and so that we could get paid what we want and what we think we deserve. Now, if we're wrong and say I charge, say, $500 or $700 or $800 for delivery, and I don't get paid, and no one books my car, that's my fault. That I need to go back in, do market research, and figure it out. But the opportunity should still exist, because yes, $0 through $120, which is the delivery fee. The max amount you can collect as a host and charge is $120 through the Turo app for delivery. I personally think that Turo has such potential, and the demographic that we're attracting and that we have a potential to obtain is a very high net worth type of clientele. And this clientele typically doesn't mind spending a little more. Yes, we all like to save money, but let me tell you one thing. Think of it this way: the most unique experiences grant the highest amount paid. Truth and fact. Think about it. If there's a situation where you want to buy a piece of artwork, right? The most expensive artwork that I've seen in my life, like personally, like in person, was actually one of my clients. He had an Andy Warhol picture that was worth $525,000, over $500,000 is what the art cost. He bought it and he has it, and I covered it for him. It's called fine article policy. It's a policy that covers fine arts, etc. So I got him a fine articles policy to cover his $500,000 picture from Andy Warhol. He has another picture that's worth $100,000, another picture that's worth $30,000. He's a high net worth individual though, so everyone won't need to pay for a fine articles policy. Most people don't even know what a fine article policy is. But for example put is that he's willing to spend $500,000 for Andy Warhol picture because he can afford it, first thing. Second, he's a high net worth individual, so he has higher, he can spend a higher amount of money that maybe others can't, just how it is. So that's the same thing with this. Same thing when you look at a car. The most expensive and most unique cars are usually the most unique. So you can find a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a McLaren. Those aren't common cars you typically see on the road every single day for the general public. These are rare sightings, actually. To the point where when you see a Ferrari, usually everyone turns their head around because it's rare. That's the reason why it costs so much. That's one of the reasons, not the only reason, one of the reasons. So Turo's that same blue ocean, great company that has the potential to offer that same service. And $0 to $120 is great. I'm not complaining about it, it's awesome. But I do believe personally, in my personal opinion, from my experience, is that, and I have been insurance licensed for over 8 years. I'm also real estate licensed. I have clientele that are high net worth, and so I know how some of these people think. I don't know how all of them think, but I understand where at the end of the day, sometimes they don't mind spending a little bit more, and everyone wants to save money. Doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have. Nothing wrong with saving money. But it's the thing though, sometimes there are certain people that have a certain net worth that actually don't want to actually be near the public, or they want a more concierge, tailored, private experience. That's what they're paying for. These people that are celebrities, that are politicians, that are just high net worth businessmen, doctors, physicians that are high net worth though, that are made world renowned, that are authors, etc. A lot of them are private stars, celebrities. I already said that though. So, but these are people that don't usually want to be bothered by people, and they usually are very, very quiet and very private. You have to understand a different demographic, and the reason I left a link below to my video is because I was basically saying that I think $0 through $120 is great, but I think we should be uncapped. We should, Turo hosts should be able to charge $0 for free, $1, $10, $20, $30, $100, $120 where it's currently at. $120 is currently the max that you can charge for a delivery. But I truly do think, based on if it was uncapped, we should be able to charge $200, $250, $500, $700 for delivery. And yes, the more unique the experience, the more you can actually grant and request a higher pay. For example, I have a Nissan Versa that's rented out every single day. It's booked every single day. It's a phenomenal car. Highly recommend. It's a commuter car. It's nothing special. It's simplicity at its finest. It's a very simple car. It's not luxury. It's very commuter based. But guess what? It works. But I would never charge $500 for a delivery of that car because it just doesn't meet that demand, that price demand. But guess what? If I add a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or McLaren, now we're talking. Now that's a higher demographic that's going to pay those higher daily rates. Just guess what? People that pay a higher daily rate are more accustomed to paying more. Just how it is. That's fact. So someone that's paying a lower price for, say, a Honda Civic, or say for a Nissan Versa like the one I have. And this isn't to say anything bad against these vehicles. They're great vehicles to have. They're commuter based. They serve a purpose. But I still understand the strategy that I would never charge a high $500 delivery fee for a Nissan Versa. I just wouldn't, you know what I mean? But if it was a Ferrari McLaren, now we're talking. Maybe I would charge $700 to deliver, because guess what? The daily rate itself, if you look at Turo, Ferraris and Lamborghinis that are on Turo, they're charging $1,000 per day. They're charging $500 per day. They're charging $1,000, $1,500 per day, some are $2,000 per day, and they are getting customers. Yes, it's not common. Yes, it's more rare, but you make a lot more in one shot. That's the difference. It's the perspective and way you think. So that's what I was meaning to say, and that's what I did say actually. And I left the link below to that video. And I do appreciate the opinions. I do appreciate that we have an option. You have a right to your opinion, because I have a right to my opinion. I'm not right, I'm not wrong, you're not right, you're not wrong. We're just two people trying to figure this out, and as a group, we're a big team here on YouTube, and I want to help Turo host as much as possible. But I truly do think it should be uncapped, because it represents free market, and then it gives more freedom for the host to charge whatever they want. If it's $0, if it's $100, if it's $120, if it's $200, if it's $500, if it's $700, whatever you want to charge, I think Turo should allow the host to charge whatever they want. And if you fall on your face and I fall on my face and charge too high and no one books my car, that's my fault. Need to do more market research and figure out what that medium area is in between the very low and the very high. And that's a whole nother video I'll do on how to locate that. But that's the point. So I mean, I love Turo, and I think being able to deliver a car for free or for max $120 is still great. I'm not taking away from that, but I truly believe with the potential of Turo, and also that Turo's that concierge company, that unique experience, I think it would grant a better user experience on both sides. On the guest side, yes, they're spending more, but you attract a more higher demographic for that type of deal. It's for that person. Everyone can't do that. It's for that person who wants to do. Everyone can't drive a Ferrari, but for the person who can buy a Ferrari, here's a Ferrari. Everyone can't rent a Ferrari. They cost a lot more than the regular car that you would rent from anywhere else. But the person who can afford it can appreciate a concierge service where maybe they don't want to be bothered, they don't want to be around the public, maybe they're jet lagged, maybe there's a lot of other reasons going on where they just don't feel like picking up the car themselves, and they want you to deliver it to them, and it's a higher daily rate car anyway, like a Lamborghini or Ferrari. Then at that point, however, they don't mind. I feel we should have the option to do this. That's my opinion. Again, I'm not right, I'm not wrong, and I love the feedback. I'm gonna leave this video in the comment so that the YouTube viewer that left the comment that $500 is way too much, so they can hear this video and see this video and just see my perspective. Doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong, but I think $500, even more, $700 is definitely a reality. Just depends on the demographic. And again, people pay a lot more for art when it's rare. People pay a lot more for cars when it's a luxury car and it gives you that unique experience. Same with Turo. People pay more higher daily rates. You're expected to pay a higher daily rate if you rent a Ferrari or a Lamborghini compared to renting a Honda Civic or a Nissan Versa. Fact. So that means you could charge those people a higher delivery rate because the car meets the demand of what you're requesting. And that's my tip for the day. So the tip for the day: make your Turo business, and any business you're in, so I'm a business consultant, make it as unique as possible. That sets you apart and allows you to grant a more tailored experience, and allows you to earn more income if you actually create a more unique business, unique cars, more unique Turo business. You're able to charge people more and make more money, but you just need to be unique. So learn how to be unique, and that's my tip for the day. Long tip, so that's not a quick lane tip, but that's a little tip. Conrad Layn out.